Maybe a couple sticks and twigs right there. And possibly even a pine tree. Mix all your darks together for the pine. And load the brush really full of paint.
That would be the Bob Ross twitch in the background. Yeah, Mondays apparently.
Just come right down over that other.
Perpetuity. So we're gonna try and paint what he's painting. And if you would like to follow along, please feel free to go to twitch.tv/BobRoss. And we are like super behind, so he's drawing some mountains and trees and shit.
A little bit of highlight on those.
Bob Ross, I think it's his son.
Might need to put a drop of thinner with it.
Check out that low unbuttoning on that.
So we're gonna try.
Some serious man cleavage happening.
We're gonna seriously.
I'm like, oh, you want to talk about like.
And maybe a trunk.
Where the shirt's too low? Let's talk about this guy.
So I guess this guy just. I don't like this bro.
Okay, I think we're ready to rip the contact paper off it now. I'm going to start up here at the top edge and just pull.
Oh no!
And voila, we have it.
Oh no! They're gonna start a new episode in like 2 seconds. What I'm gonna
Now, to finish this painting, there's a lot of things you can do, but I'm going to go with a birch tree, I think.
watch stuff, right? Like, that would be boring.
And I'll start it right out here. Why not? Let's get brave.
But Bob Ross, I already promised Bob Ross to.
Just using straight Van Dyke brown. Putting rolls of paint on the knife. Make sure you exaggerate the curvature of the tree, or else they'll look like telephone poles. And you don't get any calls out here in the woods.
Like I need to like make sure I speak this way because like off camera. Well, that means there's.
Okay, straighten it up a little bit, as Dad would say. And maybe some highlight on that. Just using pure white with a little bit of the base color for the mountain in it. We'll start right up at the top, kind of making a C.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
Wow.
Oh, because I was trying to find, like, I thought my other color was.
Did I do that?
I was trying to get like that sunsetty color.
It's amazing sometimes how easy it is to do this,
That counts, I guess.
and then other times the toughness of it can also make it fun. Because if you didn't have those tough times on it, the easy times wouldn't pay off. I'm adding a little blue on the back of the tree here for shadow.
We are.
And you want to go back with straight midnight black.
What we're doing right now.
And put a last
Oh, do I need to, like,
shadow
draw,
on
like,
it.
random
Real nice and dark. Use lots of paint.
Cute big-eyed animals. You got it, baby.
Okay, less shadow over here on this one.
That's true. So, big-eyed animals.
Now, a little bit of thinner on your liner brush.
We are just
Go through that same black color.
next round of stuff.
Get the paint almost like an ink consistency.
Well,
It has to be
is kinda
very
what they
thin
do.
in order for it to get on the canvas. Spin the brush through the paint.
Spin spin the brush through the paint. So
That puts a point on it.
seemed like our
And up to the canvas.
compared to normal, it doesn't pop as high. I'm not sure. Left.
Left.
Other left.
Left.
Maybe a little more thinner in that.
So I'm not sure if, like, because it's over here. Now it's on. Now it's right. Now it's right. There you go. Ermagerd. Says it's working
Make a
properly.
branch come across the trunk of the tree. It gives it a three-dimensional effect.
Hey man.
Hey man.
It's totally gonna show.
Nope.
Nope.
Not doing it.
Nope.
And kind of pop the brush back
Maybe
and
we'll just deal
forth.
with it.
You
We'll just
get
talk
more
extra loud.
geometric shapes.
It looks like it's working. I don't know. Maybe it's a.
And geometrics is what you're looking for on this particular kind of tree. You only see these in Alaska. This is a big old
Oh,
birch
well.
tree.
We'll deal.
Hopefully you guys will be
I
done.
suppose anywhere up
Hopefully you
north,
guys can
really.
still hear us. I'm gonna go back to drawing this like amazing. Me?
When you start getting down to the bottom, just let them flow. Okay, bring this one right across the other tree. See that vignette effect we're getting?
Curious, and I'm on sale.
Another one bites the dust.
And oh no, the Bob Ross stream seems to have died.
Oh no, the Bob Ross stream's dead.
No, Bob, no. I started reading it and I was like, this is gonna take so long. I don't know why I thought that I would be able to just like pick it up and be like, oh yeah.
I don't know why you thought that
I know
either.
what you should have done is you should have come over to our house and picked one of the bajillion books in the back room
But
that
then I
that
don't
Veritas has.
get dice. Now I have 6 of my own sets of dice that have different numbers on them.
Dice anywhere. I'm just saying.
A little more thinner.
Before you like, dove into that like money thing. When you see the amount of books that people buy.
And use a little more pressure. Let them get fatter down here towards the bottom. You don't really want to come down past the halfway point on the tree, because birch trees only have branches down so far. If you put them any lower than that, they look kind of hokey.
Meow 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 meow. That just happened, everyone. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Wow. Cat now. As if it weren't already a crazy looking cat.
No use goofing around on it too long.
We can't read that.
Sorry, English only, buddy. We are unfortunately not of the talents. Man, there's a lot left in this Bob Ross stream, actually.
Okay, right down here at the bottom. Now this is the fun part. Just real quick like, smash in some stuff and make it curve around. That's all there is to it.
Adobe Photoshop CC.
And then with a dirty brush
Grab that
and
one
whatever
with the
color's on it,
subscription.
throw in some highlights.
I'm gonna make a tree now. 'Cause it's not Bob Ross. That's Bob.
Make sure you stay in that curve.
That is not what I
And maybe to finish it off, just a few sticks.
want. Just with sticks.
Okay, as Steve's finishing up the bottom of that painting, I just want to come in here and thank him very much for being a guest today. Isn't it fantastic what this young man can do? And you can do it too. We look forward to seeing you again. And from all of us here, happy painting and God bless. Hi, glad to see you again today. You ready to do a fantastic seascape? Thought that's what we'd do today. So let's start out and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to do this seascape with me. And let's go on up here and let me talk just a little bit while they're doing that. I started with a good old standard 18 by 24 inch canvas, but I've done something a little bit different today. The top part of the canvas is totally covered with a thin, even coat of liquid white all the way up here. Down, you can see this little line here. Now from here down is covered with liquid clear. Now this is just like liquid white, only it's clear, that's all. So let's go and do a fantastic little seascape. I'm going to start out with a 2-inch brush and a small amount of the cat yellow. Very small amount. Just beat it into the bristles a little bit. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, maybe we'll have a beautiful, bright little sky today. So I'm just going to start with a little yellow. Do something like so. Just let that mix with the liquid white. There.
No mistakes.
Now, without cleaning the brush,
Bob Ross.
go right into a touch of yellow ochre. Load the brush the same way. Go back up here. Now, right around the edges of that, see there? Still using little crisscross strokes. We'll just bring that right around, sort of like so. There we go. And if a little happens to get down here in your painting, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's no problem at all. Okay, still without cleaning the brush, we'll go right into bright red.
I know this looks
A
horrible,
little
but I
bit.
promise I
It's
can fix it.
very strong. Okay. Now then, right around those edges, we'll take a little bit of this beautiful red color. Just like so. Isn't that pretty? Already we have a painting for the Museum of Modern Art here. We can just stop right there. Now then, I want to put a little bit of red over here and just let it work right along. Right in here is going to be the horizon. There we go. And we'll just very lightly blend all this together. Okay. Now then, I have several brushes going, so I don't have to spend all my time washing. I'm going to take straight titanium white, just straight white, and go right up in this area. And I want this to be very bright, so I'm going to take white and put it right there. Straight titanium white. Now, it won't show up much because light against light is nothing, but you just wait. Now I'm going to grab it and pull it. Just pull. Look at there. Grab it and pull. And we don't care what happens in here. We're going to cover all that up anyway. Now then, let me wash the brush. And we just wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner. Shake them off and beat the devil out of them. Okay, well, we can just use this same old brush. I'm going to go into a small amount of phthalo blue and reach up here and grab a little touch of alizarin crimson. So we have phthalo blue and alizarin crimson, proportionately much more crimson than blue. I want this to be a little bit to the reddish side. Okay, there's very little paint on the brush. Let's go back up here. Now then, let's take and use just the corner of the brush using little circular strokes. And let's just begin laying in some happy little clouds.
Happy little cloud.
Maybe there's
I
one that
can't even
lives.
get, like,
Oh, look at there, look at there, look at there. There he is, see? He comes right out there. Look at that. See how easy it is to make all kinds of beautiful little cloud shapes? All you need is just the corner of the brush. There we go. Okay, now then over here, we'll put another little cloud lives right there. There we go. And in your world, you decide where the clouds live. And you put as many or as few as you want. It's your decision. There we go. Just wherever. Maybe there's one right there. Still using those tiny little strokes, little circular strokes, just with the corner of the brush.
It'll just be a little more.
Okay.
You know, a little
So say I
more
have
rough,
several
little-
brushes
little
going
more
here.
perfect.
Now with a clean brush,
Not gonna be perfect.
I'm just going to very gently blend this a little. Don't have to overblend it. Just enough to sort of mix it up.
So, anybody
Like so.
else feel uncomfortable with the amount of bulk that I just did?
There we go. Still using little round strokes, little circular strokes.
I know.
Now you can blend this till it absolutely goes away. All we want to do is blend it just enough to soften the edges so it comes all the way. And then watch here. Then we'll take this and very gently,
Hey, this
3
looks kinda
hairs and
halfway
some
decent
air.
now. Getting there.
Very gently, just bring it all together. You don't want to lose your shapes. You just want to soften all the edges. And then you can do like that. See how it just brings it right over? Makes it look like little light streaks coming through there.
These angry
Now then,
freaking
to really add a little more contrast, I'm going to mix a little more color, the same color, crimson and phthalo blue. Lizard crimson, phthalo blue, but a little darker, a little more on the brush. And right in here, I want to show a cloud that's a little closer. So for that, we'll just use a little darker color. And it'll give the impression that this cloud is closer to us. See how easy that is? And you can create all kinds of beautiful little things happening in here. All right, then we'll go back to our clean brush. Stir this up a little bit. Just mix it. Don't overdo. Don't overdo. It's easy to get carried away. And then very lightly. 2 hairs and some air this time.
Man, he paints fast though.
It
This
gives
is
the
hard.
impression now that that cloud
This
is in
incredibly
front a little bit.
difficult.
So it helps create the illusion of
I
depth
am
and distance in
I
your
am
sky.
so stressed
And
out
you can
right
put a
now.
couple here and there, wherever.
I don't
But that
feel
easy,
anything.
you can make a fantastic, fantastic sky.
I am disappointed in Bob Ross because he didn't tell me how
Looks
hard
like a
this
nice
was going to
sunset
be.
already. And if
Just
you
go with it, right?
if you want to,
Yeah.
you can go in
I'll
here
put you
with
up
a,
here next time.
the fan brush, and you can
Your
add
turn.
some little streakers. Little streaky clouds.
Like you said.
That easy. And you can put as many of these in as you want. Just want to show you how. Clean dry brush, and then blend them right into the painting. There we go. Isn't that a beautiful sky? And you can do it. There, wash that fan brush. I have some paper towels over here. I just dry the fan brush on. That's the fun part of this whole technique.
You expected
Alrighty.
more?
Now then, we have to make a big decision here. Let's take our phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, and I'm going to make a dark lavender color. On the palette, it should look black. All right, we got her mixed here. Now then, let me show you one other thing first. One of the easiest ways to help you with the seascape, because they're sort of hard at first until you practice a little. I'm going to take the little filbert brush here, and to that I've added a bunch of paint thinner, so this is thin as water nearly. Sort of come in here and sketch out where you want the major wave to be. And let's just say it's going to live, boom, right there. And this is not a commitment at this time. You can still change it. Zoom, comes up like that. Maybe it comes over. Maybe the foam's going to crash up in here somewhere like that. Now, our shoreline, maybe it'll come, like that. Something like that. That just helps give you a little bit of sort of a
He
layout.
doesn't even care.
And it'll really save you a lot of trouble. Okay. After you've practiced a while, maybe you don't need to do this. But at first, I really recommend you do it that way.
Is that allowed?
It'll help you lay it out. Here I'm using that dark color we made.
Dragonfly's gonna
It's
tell
a
me
very
not to do
dark
it.
lavender color. See, if we had used liquid white here, when we put this on,
Tell me every day.
it would pick up the white, and you would lose this beautiful, beautiful
See?
dark color.
See?
There. The liquid clear allows us to mix on the canvas without changing the value of the color. Look at that. And we'll just come right on down in here. In here, we're going to have the transparency or the bright spot of the wave. That's the part of the wave. If you're into selling paintings, that's the part of the wave that sells. That's what everybody wants to see. It's that big crasher. We'll come right in here. And just sort of follow this guide.
That, non-believer.
All we're doing here is putting in some dark color
There you
so our light will show later on. Let me add a little more color. A little more color. Just alizarin crimson.
My life is so hard.
Phthalo blue.
This is the hardest.
Now, when you're doing these at home, you can add all kinds of colors. A lot of times, phthalo green is very pretty in seascapes. Ooh,
I'm getting there.
it is dynamite color. Beautiful color. But it's very strong. Be careful with it. See, already we have all of our dark areas blocked in. When you're using a big old 2-inch brush, it didn't take but a second. Okay.
I am like sorry because.
Isn't that a beautiful, rich color?
So, what did he do? He set that with a
All right.
wave?
Now we can really start playing. Let me grab my fan brush. I'm going to take
So,
same old colors, alizarin crimson and phthalo blue. And let's put some on the fan brush here.
painting.
Just load it
This is pretty.
back and forth like that. Not a great deal of paint on the brush. Okay, let's go up here. Maybe there's a little footland back here. That's a fancy name for a rock sticks out in the water. Little peninsula way back in the distance. And this is too far away to show detail, so don't worry about it. All we're looking for here is just a basic shape. Okay? Tell you what. Shoot, that was so much fun. Let's do another one. Maybe there's another bigger stone in front of it here, bigger footland. This will help create the illusion of distance in your painting. And you can put all kind of things back here. You can put little trees on these footlands and just whatever. But it really helps. See, it shows different planes in your painting. Hope you can see that. Okay. Now, if it doesn't show up quite well enough, you can take and add a little highlight to it. See, just to get it to stand out a little more.
This part is
Maybe that'll
definitely-
help. You can see that a little better now. There we go.
I'm not even
Good.
going to do it now. What is he doing?
Okay. And that quick, we got a happy little footland
Whatever.
back here.
Whatever. We'll roll with it. It's fine. Everything's okay. Okay.
All right, now we can begin putting in some of the good stuff. I'll just start with just plain old titanium white.
So I guess he added some darker blue. Over here.
And we'll go right up here and
guess we
just
didn't-
begin putting in
I
some
guess.
happy little
I wasn't paying. I honestly
highlights
wasn't paying
way
attention.
back here in
I was
the
too busy
distance.
fretting.
barely
Thanks,
touching.
bitch.
Barely touching.
Bob Ross
And sorta
makes me
like
so
that. All
aggro.
these little things happen. Bring it right around the base of this little footland back here. Now then, let's have some fun. Let's go like right in here.
Fix it. I promise.
Watch here. Grab it. And just come right up like that.
You're only happy little
Uh-oh,
accidents.
what have we done
yeah,
now?
I got it.
And maybe there's another one
Thanks.
right here. And back. And let's go right along here. Like that. And then right along
And then
there.
we never had a Bob Ross
See how
episode
easy that is?
ever again.
Clean off the old brush here. Okay. Now then, I'm going to take another fan brush that's clean and very gently, here, I'm just going to begin doing like so. See, just work that back. Pay very, very close attention to angles. All you want to leave in here is the dark area. This is a time when the dark areas are much more important than the light areas.
This actually
right in
requires,
here,
like, so much
same thing.
concentration to try and watch him and then still
Same
do
thing.
things. This is
See, just blend that up like that. That's beginning to look pretty already. Okay. Now we can go right into a little bit of white. See, and begin making all these little things that are far, far away, little swells that are
If it comes out anywhere
far in the
close
distance.
to what he's doing,
Don't want too much detail back there. There's our little footman. Okay, good.
No.
This
It's too
painting,
late for that kind of
it'll teach you to be an
happiness.
expert brush washer. Let's go back into our blue and crimson.
This would
Blue and crimson.
probably be a really fun
Just mix it right on the palette. All right, now this area here, we have to put
Maybe I could-
dark in before we can put our light
That
in.
should be my Monday night
So
stream.
let's just
on my
add a little bit of
own.
dark color right here. See how easy that
mask
is?
painting.
Follow that
Why
basic
isn't it
angle.
just an
So
event? We should just do this. We'll charge
Look
people
at that.
money for it.
look at there. All we're doing is just applying dark. We'll come back later and put all the highlights on, the good parts. Everybody wants to jump on these good parts, but you have to do the framework first. Okay, now that we got some dark on there, let's take some white. I'll just use some titanium white. A lot of paint on the brush now. A lot of paint. Okay, now then, grab this
I don't want to get out
and
of the
pull
way.
it. Pull it. The strokes are very important. You might need to wash or wipe your brush. Sometimes you can just wipe it in
I'm still
between
trying to
each
make this
stroke
ocean look like an opening.
because you're going to pick up some of this undercolor.
Spoilers, it's not.
See? Grab it and pull it. Here, like that. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, then. Let's
I like my
get a
sky.
little
My sky's pretty cool.
filbert brush here. I'm going to go into white and the least little touch of
Blend.
cadmium yellow. White and yellow. White and yellow. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, let's go right in here.
I
This
see what he did.
is the part that makes the painting so pretty.
Stop and watch
This is it. All we're doing here is scrubbing in some color,
what's going on.
and the light would come right along the top of this wave because the water's thinner here. Look at that. Just like so. And maybe there's a touch even right over in here. Just a little bit right in there. All right. Now then. With a clean, dry, be sure it's dry, it's most important. Clean, dry 2-inch brush. Come right in here very, very gently. Just begin blending this. Now then, we're going to begin picking up some of this nice, rich lavender color we have down here and blending it right up into it. Look at there.
That's nice buttercup.
And this is where we begin forming the basic angle of the wave.
No.
Now, I
I'll
beat the
kill you.
brush just to remove excess paint.
Good. That's
See, it doesn't matter if a little of that color goes up in there. That light, the light area will remain. Just grab it and pull. Okay,
that's
let me find my little filbert brush here. We'll use some of this lavender color that we have. Same old lavender color. Put a touch of white in it. There we go. Now let's begin putting some foam in here. First, we'll put the shadows in. And you take this brush and just lay it over and just really scrub it in. Get tough with it. Get mean with it. Think about water churning and bubbling, and maybe it comes way up here and crashes and splashes. And,
ruined, okay?
oh, all kinds of fantastic little things are happening.
You got-
And this is
You
only
gotta,
the shadow.
believe in Bob Ross.
Only the shadow. We'll come back and put the highlights on in a second. Okay. Now then, I'm going to fill this in. This needs to be good and dark also. Like that. And with our clean brush, we want to continue this angle. Just grab it and bring it through. Look at there. Okay. Now be sure the filbert brush is good and clean and dry. Now comes the fun part. This is what we wait on. Take white, Cad yellow. Load a lot of paint into the bristles. Just really fill this son of a gun up. Okay, now then,
My world.
sort of hold the brush here and give it a little upward push. And it's that upward push, that's where the splash happens.
That's
And when you
where the
begin running out
splash-
of paint, turn it over and use the other side of the brush. And usually you can just wipe off the excess. You don't have to go through the whole cleaning procedure. You want to keep this color as pure as you can, because it's going to mix with what's on there.
I'm starting to settle for close enough, guys.
Okay, plenty of paint on the brush.
I'm like
Plenty of paint.
5 steps behind of this dude. Yeah, this
Splashing way up here. All
This is
kinds
painting
of
hard
beautiful
mode.
little things are happening. Continually wipe that brush. Keep it good and clean.
Tired.
And
I'm
we'll
amazed I
have a
got
little
this much
bit.
done though. I'm just going
Boom.
to. I'm
Well,
gonna
you get
go
carried
right
away with
for
these.
6 seconds.
You can really get carried away and have a
Haters.
super time.
I'm still painting.
Seascapes
I'm
are
not
fun.
stopping. I'm just taking it over.
Okay. Clean off the brush. Okay, now with a good, clean, dry brush, you just want to sort of
what
mix
is
this
even
together.
that?
That'll make a different value, a medium value here, because it'll mix with the dark and the light, brings it all together. Just stir it up a little bit. Okay. Now then,
I got this. I've got to get
good, clean, dry 2-inch brush, just the corner, and just mix this up. All you have to do is just very gently bring all this together. Very gently. This is 2 hairs and some air.
Zoom out, please.
Barely, barely touching.
I don't even know how many people are watching.
And that
but
easy.
At this point, it
We
really
have
doesn't
it.
matter. Because
Now then,
this
I'm going
is
to take a paint thinner, yellow and white, and be sure your paint is as thin as ink. So very thin, water consistency. Let's go right up here. This nice bright area here, there's going to be all kinds of light shining through. Just put all these
Calm
happy
yourself.
little things.
I got this. I got this.
And at home, when you have unlimited time, you
think I
can
got
just
this.
really go in here and put all kinds
Well, I
of
did.
beautiful, beautiful little
So
things.
you can just suck it up, all right?
There.
Where all the warm water is.
Okay.
Like you did, like the purple.
Come right along here and just sparkle that like so. Right. Now let's take some white, a little touch of the phthalo blue, very little blue, white and blue, and let's begin working on some happy little things that are just floating right on down through here. All kinds of little. This is where you begin forming the wave.
Let's see.
This gives it shape, it gives it character.
This is so hard.
Look at
This is
that.
so come
And back in here.
on.
Just
was
bring
hard.
it right
Actually,
on
no,
back.
it was crispy lace. It was like-
Let's have some fun.
Where's Crispy Liz
Right into
now?
that light area. I'm going to go right into
Liz, where are you? Are you
some
just,
cad yellow. We'll just throw that right on there. Right into the yellow ochre, just like we did the sky. Just drop it in. Right into some bright red. Whew, we got us a fireball going here. Then I'm going to reach into dark sienna. Little bit more dark sienna here. Then right into Van Dyke brown. Over here, I want it to get quite dark, so it makes that light really stand out. Okay, now then. Little touch of white right there. And then with a clean brush, all you have to do is blend all this together. Just blend it together. Let the colors sort of mix. And then lightly, lightly, lightly go across. Lightly go across. Then we'll take a fan brush. I want to put titanium white with the
I'm
least
painting,
little
but what
touch
I'm
of
actually thinking about is
phthalo blue on it. And then let's come right in here and begin making all kinds of happy little foam things. Just laying out here, having a good time. Leave some of these dark areas. Leave some dark areas. Don't kill them all. See, begin paying attention to the shape of the wave. It's very important. Very important. Over here, I have some coming up like that. Now, while I got that old brush going, I'll just take it right into some brown. And let's have maybe just some sand right here. Comes right, there it is. Look at there. You can just put, this is just brown with a little touch of white that was left on it. Right down like that. A little bit of sand on the beach. Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, a little touch of white. Little seagulls, they got to have a place to run. Okay, now take a little paint thinner with some dark paint, and we just run a little line right into here, like so. Paint thinner with some of the light blue, and we can just put the indication of a little bit of water playing all down here on the beach. Put all kinds of little lines and stuff here and there. See how easy that is? And it really makes some nice effects.
Can you hear the sarcasm, Buttercup?
And let's have a happy little stone. Lives right there. This is just Van Dyke brown. Shoot, I tell you what, we'll have another little stone right there. Can pull a little bit down. Grab it. Makes a reflection. Take the little knife.
Take a little knife.
And we'll put the least little touch of some highlights on here. Like so.
Yeah.
The old clock on the wall is telling me, got to stop for today. So with that, I think we'll call this painting finished. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it. That'll give you a good idea of how to do a fantastic seascape. Happy painting. God bless.
Wow, he's done. I am nowhere near done, so we're just gonna finish painting this. To look like that, so of course.
Hi, I'm certainly glad you could join me today. You ready to do a fantastic painting? Well, good. Let's start out and have them run all the colors across the screen that you...
How does anybody finish this in half an hour? I am angry.
You should have to just like start a new one now.
Oh, you want me to just start a new one? Well,
You're already like 5 seconds behind now on the other one.
I know, it's already too
It's
late.
already like started.
It's already too late.
She paused it.
Shit!
Just a little. And use little crisscross strokes, both sides of the brush. And it mixes with the liquid white. It makes a beautiful, beautiful pinkish glow. Just like that. Just paint right over the tape. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now then, without even cleaning the brush, I'm going right into some midnight black and the least little touch of phthalo blue. Very little paint on the brush, but the black and the blue are so strong that you don't have to clean the pink off. All right, let's go back up here. Now then, I'm gonna start right up here at the top and begin just blending this right down to the pink area. I think today, let's do a very soft, gentle little painting. Just very quiet. There we go. Okay, touch more of the black and the blue. Black and blue. That's what I get when I get in trouble at home, boy. It's black and blue. There we go. And I stay in trouble. All right. Let's blend it right down. Now be careful. Be careful here because this dark color will absolutely consume your pink. In just a heartbeat, it'll eat it all up. Shoot, while I got that going, let's have some fun. This is mostly black. There's virtually no blue in here, so be careful. And let's just put a little color down here. What the heck? What the heck? All right. Now then, we'll clean the brush. Scrub it on there's a screen in the bottom of this can. Just scrub it real hard. The screen's about an inch high.
So Wappity.
That's the fun part. Anyway, the screen's about an inch high, and that allows you to scrub the brush, and then all the solid material falls to the bottom and keeps your paint thinner relatively clean. Okay, now then, clean, dry brush. And I want to just bring this guy together. Gently, gently, gently bring it together. Still using little crisscross strokes. Just here and there. There, see how easy that is? And then very lightly go across the whole sky to soften it and bring it together. Now maybe, I'll tell you what the heck, this is crazy day and we're just playing. Let's just take the corner of the 2-inch brush and go through a little touch of white. Little touch. And maybe there's just an indication up here. Very light. I don't want very distinct clouds today. Maybe there's just a little floater that lives up here. And he just floats around the sky. I've just used the corner of the brush. Then we'll blend that out.
Now I'm like,
Just to give the hint of a cloud. Just a hint. Don't want anything too bright, too sharp back here. I want this guy to be very passive. Okay, maybe there's even a little floater coming right down through here. If it gets too bright, just take it and just work with it a little bit. Just work with it. It'll blend into the color it's already on the canvas and just go away.
so that's on in my color.
There we go. Now then, I'm just going to fluff these little clouds up with a dry brush. Just fluff them up, and very lightly, very lightly. Just blend it a little bit.
I didn't find it
A little bright right there. I want these to be very soft clouds, so we'll just blend it and go back over it. And that easily, it goes away.
He's like, oh.
That easy. Okay. Now then, let's build us a happy little mountain. And for that, I'm going to take a little bit of Prussian blue, a little black, a little brown. Shoot, we'll throw some crimson in there too, alizarin crimson. Pull it out very flat, cut across till we have that little roll of paint. There we are. Now then, maybe there's a happy mountain. He lives right about there. See, just push that paint right into the fabric. And all we're looking for here is just a very basic shape. You're only interested in the top. Just right up here on the top. You could care less what's happening in here. It's of no concern right now. Later on it will be. But right now, no concern. Now then, show you a little trick here. Watch here. We'll take this and pull it down. Now with that, I get a little paint on the brush. Let's take that paint and go right up here. And that easy, we can make the indication of a little mountain that lives way back in the distance. He's very soft and very far away. See, by pulling this paint up here and doing it, then it's exactly the same color, just a different value. There we go. Now pull this one distinctly in front of it. Isn't that sneaky? I thought you'd like that. Okay, by pulling it out, we remove the excess paint and blend it right down to nothing. And don't worry about the tape. Just pretend it's not even here. There. Okay, we'll wash our brush. Give it a good wrap. And off we go. You know, a couple of series back, we introduced this idea of using contact paper and making ovals and all kinds of shapes. Since then, I've got letters from all over the country showing me what people have done taking this basic idea using contact paper. My friend Nat, who lives in Canada, he sent me some pictures the other day, and he's taken and used octagons and all different kinds of shapes cut out of contact paper. And it's the same basic idea. Try all different kind of things at home. You'll be amazed at what you can do. All right, let's take some titanium white, pull it out very flat. Really pull it out flat, and then cut across like that. A little roll of paint. We'll go right up here,
knives.
and
No
we'll
knives
put some
in
highlights on
Photoshop.
this mountain. Just touch it, and we're going to apply no pressure whatsoever. You just let the knife literally float across the canvas. Just float. Here we
You
go.
got time for
And
snow.
put all kinds of little things in here.
That's so fantastic, though.
There. Let's go right up here.
Maybe I'll just watch this dude the rest of
There.
the day anyway.
Okay, and just decide where you think light would strike your mountain.
Photoshop's getting ready.
And just let it fall on there. And you want the paint to break. Now, when I say break, I mean leave all these holes in it. And for that, you must have a firm paint. If you have a thin, soupy, oily paint,
I'm pretty sure.
oh, you're going to be in agony city. You're going to be a mud mixer. And then you're going to holler at me. So be sure you use a paint that's very firm. That's so important. So important. A little bit right there. Okay, so you can just keep on and on making big decisions. Where you want this to be. There. Okay, now then, let's make a shadow color. Gotta have a shadow on that mountain. For that, we'll take some white, a tiny bit of Prussian blue. Prussian blue is very strong. Be careful. Be careful. And then a little black. So we have black, blue, and white. There. And just leave it sort of marble like that. Don't overmix it. Cut across, and we have our little roll of paint again.
So hard.
Always using that little roll of paint. Let's go up here. Now then,
Well,
decide where your
not
shadows are.
wrong.
And once again, using no pressure,
You're
just
disappointing.
drop in some happy little shadows. See
You're
there?
welcome.
Just make decisions where these shadows live. Make a decision and do it. This is your mountain,
want
so
to.
you can do anything here
You have
that
to
you
come
want
back
to do.
in here. It's not.
There we go. Now watch. Let's do this one right here. Show you a little trick here. If you've painted with them before, you've seen this. See, now we want to push this peak right here back. Watch here, watch here. Come right down, right down, right down, and go distinctly through it. And look at that. See? Did you know you had that much power? You can move mountains. You can move mountains. Boy, when I go home, I can't move nothing but the garbage. But here I can move anything.
Isn't that just kind of how
There
it works?
we go.
So nobody gets invited to anywhere. It's just
Okay.
tissues.
Now then, we'll come back and let's.
That's just.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. You can just put all the little peaks and stuff. Maybe? Yes. Yes, there is. You're right. There's one that lives right there. You knew that, didn't you? There we go. You can just keep on and on till you've covered your entire canvas with mountains. And that's fun too. Nothing wrong with that. Go back, drop us in a happy little shadow here and there. See there? Just let it blend right out. Okay, let's go right in here. Every highlight needs a shadow. If he doesn't have a shadow, he'll just lay there. He won't come out and play with you. All right. All right. Now then, let's create some mist down here at the base. And for that, I'll take a 2-inch brush and I'm going to tap. Just tap. Follow these angles. If they come down this way, then tap down that way. There we go. Always follow those angles, though. It's very, very important. And if everything works just right, you'll have a nice misty base that you can literally see detail in, but yet see through it. Over here, follow these angles, see? Isn't that easy? You're fantastic. Now then, I'll beat the brush a little bit. That'll take the excess paint off. Then lift it upward. Just lift it up, lift up. Look at that. Look at that. I've probably painted 20,000 paintings, and I still get excited when I see the beautiful, beautiful effects you can make so easy. Because for years I was a traditional painter, and oh my gosh, I agonized over paintings. And now then, I just do them. Okay. Painting should not be agonizing. It should be fun. You should enjoy what you're doing. Okay. Let's come along here and let's have some fun. I'll tell you what, let's just go right into a little bit of yellow. I'll reach up here get some sap green, and I'm gonna pull a little bit of black into that just to dull it down. Okay, there we go. Tap the brush, tap it. Let's go back up here. Maybe there's a little foothill, just a little hill that lives right here. All you have to do is just tap. Want this to be a nice, bright one back in the distance. Tap. Now allow it to pick up that color we laid on the canvas. See there? And just disappear right down so it gets softer, 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 softer. See there? Look at that. Softer, softer. Almost down to nothing down here. Good. Good. Okay, let's take some black, Prussian blue, brown. Shoot, there's some sap green. We'll throw it in there. You can throw in some crimson. It doesn't matter. It really, what you're looking for is a color that's very dark. Let me wipe my knife off here. And I'll grab the old fan brush, and let's make a couple of happy trees.
Just turn the back
Load a
down
lot of paint
a
into the
little
brush.
because
Really
I
fill it
don't
up.
really need to hear him. Because
Okay,
hearing his
let's go
voice
up
is
here.
not keeping me calm.
Let's decide
at
where a
all.
little tree lives. He lives
It
right
is
there.
in fact making
Touch.
me angrier.
Can you hear us
That
now?
sort of gives you a guide at the top
Meow.
of the tree,
How about
and then
meow?
How about
just
meow?
use the corner, just the corner, and as you
Now
work
there's
down,
more
push harder
trees,
and harder, so it
but
pushes the bristles downward.
I am not gonna get
Let's
to
make several trees in here.
anything.
How much more
And
do
in
I
your
put
world,
some
in your creation,
snow on those?
you
He's
decide.
totally gonna put snow on those
You want
trees.
10 trees?
And there's gonna be like a couple rocks, a couple
10
bushes
trees
out
is
there.
what we're looking
I
for.
believe it.
I wonder if Bob Ross ever adds any wildlife.
Let's make several. That'll give you a chance to practice.
I don't think so. I
See
don't think
right
I've
there,
ever
I want
seen
that
him
little tiny bit of green to
just
show through,
add
because that'll show
animals
that
to
there's
anything.
something happening behind there.
Actually,
Okay. Now trees don't all grow the same. Some are skinny, some are a little heavier,
this is me pretending to make
Shoot.
a cloud.
some are just,
This
they're
is me
like me, they're
pretending
just
to make another
tired.
cloud.
So,
This is me
however,
pretending to make one more
don't
cloud.
think your tree has to be a certain way. Trees just grow however makes them happy.
Yeah, cool cat. My favorite.
And sometimes when they're little, maybe a big old bear walks by and steps on them, gives them a hurt. Ooh. And they get little crooks and bends, and just make up little stories. Think what happened to all these little trees. See, now here's one that maybe
That's
this
nice.
one kicked
Thank you for the pity
So
votes.
he's leaning over.
man.
Just sort of pushed him right out of the way.
See, you gotta bring
get
me
mean
out from the
trees, too.
low that Dragon Mark has kicked me to.
That's so
Okay,
mean, I
should
didn't
we
do
put a
that at
couple more?
all.
You've got this.
Thank you.
Even if you don't finish.
And maybe back in here, there's just some little indication
Yeah,
of
don't
some
even
trees.
try.
You see that? Just take the brush and tap it downward. Just make the indication. Some trees that are far, far away. That easy.
But I
Maybe
can't
there's
see
one
it.
right there.
How could I have said anything with my
I'm just
eyes?
gonna fill the whole canvas with trees here. Maybe
You
this will
just
stop.
do.
I get
You're
carried away sometimes. I like to
telepathically
make
with
these
your
little rascals.
eye. Making
There,
comments.
we can pop in some dark color.
Something, something,
Now then.
chakram, something,
I'm just gonna take
something.
a clean knife,
Something,
nothing,
something,
and just sort of scratch through here and there. It'll make it look like
Things
some little
and
tree
stuff.
trunks. You could put color on it, but you don't have to. There. Look at all
See,
the
it looks
little
like I'm
things.
trying to paint clouds, but really all I'm doing is I'm taking my
All
pen
kinds
and
of
I'm
little
just going in
details.
circles.
That easy.
And it looks okay.
Now, without
Sort
cleaning
of.
the brush, because it has
So I'm
black
just
and blue
gonna-
on it, I'll go right into the yellow,
gonna do
and
it.
that'll make a
It's fine.
beautiful, beautiful, rich.
It's not like I'm
Green.
good for anything else
Let's
anyway.
go back up here.
Oh, you're
with
good
that,
for plenty. Like,
Just want to
yelling
place the
obscenities.
indication of a few highlights.
I am
We'll keep these
particularly
trees
good at
quite
that,
dark for
so
the
I will be the
contrast.
first one to admit I am
Put a few
very,
little
very
highlights
good
here
at
and there.
yelling obscenities.
Like, they might not be the most
There's some
creative
sparkling.
obscenities,
Wow.
but they're loud and they're poignant.
Wow.
Here.
Hey,
There we
Could have
go.
just stopped.
And pretty.
Could have just.
These are the kind of scenes
Let it
my
go.
mother likes.
Oh, look, he's making them all green. That's what he's
Fantastically.
doing.
She lives in Florida, and she's
Well, he's
enjoying
gonna
the
do green
sunshine
first,
now.
and then he's gonna freaking put.
Well,
snow
what
on
if he
them.
doesn't put snow on it because he made the meadow
She'd have
all
to
like
get
super green over
fantastically put
there?
up with me. Well, you got to be something a little bit of crazy painter.
Because
There
don't
we
know.
go.
there's no way to know what
What-
is going on.
Fish
I don't
together.
like. I was gonna ask
But
you
we're
like
not
how
very
did you
good
make this
fishermen.
mountain,
We
but
catch-
that's a stupid
we catch a
question to
fish
ask
and-
you because I'm pretty sure you don't know.
Put a band-aid
He
on it,
made
put
a-
it back in the
he
water,
made a
wish him
thing
well.
like this,
Uh-huh.
and then he like used the knife to add
Okay,
the
back to the
Stuff.
stuff,
to the old
and then
brush
he
here.
and then he like made
And I'm
like
just using a
sharp
little bit of
lines so you
green.
can see like the crevices.
And I'm going to pick up this
Uh-huh.
dark
and
color
then,
and begin
yeah, and then
creating the general lay of the
he
land.
like added like the pink
Just tap,
Okay.
and like
I'm just gonna
continually
put a
tapping.
big
Tap,
friggin'
tap.
triangle in the middle of this thing.
yeah triangles.
that.
Triangles are special and awesome.
Just allow the brush to
That's kind
touch
of an
that
open
dark.
question. Do you guys watch
That you
anime?
made your tree.
I
Uh,
do.
Yeah.
Probably not as regularly as I
Creating
mountain.
all kinds of little
Yeah.
things.
I mean, I'm not in college
And
anymore,
I'll
but
add a little touch of
I've
yellow
seen a
ochre,
fair
little
share
Indian
of
yellow.
anime.
here and
I'm
there,
not that
the
up and
least
up
little
on
bit of
the
the
bee
bright
stuff
red.
with the kids.
You can make this look just like a happy little meadow out here. And the more you tap,
This is
the
it.
softer
I'm
it
just gonna
gets.
make this. I've got like 2 minutes,
It's
so
very gentle, very
this is my
soft.
painting.
What about your meadow? What about your plain green meadow?
Just sort of work these colors back and
Give
forth.
me 1 friggin' second,
Tap on the
ladies. Alright, you want a meadow? I'll give you a meadow.
Like so.
Oh
Wherever
my
in your
god.
world, you make the
Boom.
decision where all these little things are, and you put them in.
And then what, like this.
There we go. And you can change the lay of the land. Watch right here. Shoot, look at this. Look here. By
And then, like, we
changing
got
this
like some
angle,
friggin' trees,
you
right?
can make the land come this way.
Tree.
There's no end to it. You can just go on and on and on.
I think
You're asking for a lot in 2 minutes,
I
guys.
think that spatially they're a little bit too big
Maybe
for
look
where
at
they
that.
are perspective-wise in a painting. 'cause
These are giant trees.
they're giant
Isn't that neat?
trees.
They're
Like,
they're
do all
freaking
of
mountain-sized trees. Okay, you don't understand. You don't understand me.
Okay, maybe the sun's going to hit this, so you can go back
No,
and add
it's
little
totally
highlights where you
Space
want it to
Language.
really stand
I
out.
am the purveyor and founder of Space
Where you want
Language,
it to really shine.
and it's okay if you don't understand it. So I guess he's
There we
going
go.
like,
Tell you what,
Boom.
you know me.
dude,
Shoot,
that's
I
beautiful.
want a little cabin out
Oh,
here.
you want a
That's such
river? I'll
pretty-
give you a
There's also
river.
pretty area. Now there's several
Alright,
ways to make little
so
cabins. One of the
here's your
easiest
river.
ways is to take your knife
You
and
can
scrape
go
out a
drown
basic
yourself.
sheet.
You can go drown yourself in.
You can go
It does two
Ophelia and
things.
shit right now.
It allows you to lay out your little cabin without being committed,
What the heck is he doing?
but probably more
What the heck
important
is
than
he
Oh,
that,
he's making a
it
house!
removes
Oh, let's
excess
get
paint.
some house
So the
hype.
next layer of paint will stick
It's totally a house, right?
much
That
better.
looks like it's gonna be a house.
See there?
There's like all of a sudden a house too.
That
Like,
Holy
paint
shit.
scrape
Oh
out
man,
the
he's
cabin
like
sheet.
making
Now,
a barn
let's take
in
Alright,
the
so you want
Van
you want
Dyke
your
brown.
snow on your
and
stupid
we'll put in
mountains.
an eave
Here's
or
your
an
stupid,
overhang, whatever.
and he's upset.
And put
He's
some.
sad now.
All we're doing right now is just blocking in color.
then
Just
we're
blocking in
You're
color.
just blocking
Not
like
too
the
worried
mountain's
about
feelings.
details.
Like
I don't care. I don't care.
That easy. Let's put some
So
dark
then we're
right
gonna
there.
like get this house
It's
shit
just
up in
straight
here, right?
Van Dyke brown.
So
That's
That's
a
all
nice
it is.
house.
Straight old Van Dyke brown.
Boom.
What?
There we
it kind
go.
of looks like a cow.
And maybe up here on
I
the
feel like
roof,
it kinda made a cow.
let's use some red, a little bit of dark sienna mixed together.
Time's up.
Womp womp, we're out.
Wah.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining
There we
us
go.
for
Cut us
Bob
off a
Ross
little roll of
Monday.
pink, as usual.
I will consider
Now
maybe
then,
doing this again in the future
just
when I'm
take-
less angry.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
let this
so
sort
we
of
love,
bounce.
we love seeing how angry you are.
And let's see
Just
the
let
other.
it touch,
Oh, I don't
bounce,
have the other
have
thing up
fun.
anymore.
See it?
But yep, that's it.
There.
Thank you everyone.
Okay, now then I'm gonna take white.
Goodbye.
Let's add a little bit of black to it. Make